The Apostle John said, "Happy is he who reads aloud and those who hear the words of this prophecy, and who observe the things written in it." The book of Revelation was written about 96 CE by the Apostle John to the 7 congregations in Asia Minor, representing all the congregations of Spirit-anointed Christians. It was written in letter form to these 7 congregations where Jesus provided commendation, counsel, and warning. Let's visit these congregations and get to know them. To the congregation of Ephesus, Jesus commended them for their labor and endurance, but also criticized them because the congregation lost their first love of Jehovah. To the congregation of Smyrna, Jesus had no criticism for this congregation, only warm commendation. This congregation suffered much tribulation for their faith, and materially they were poor, likely because of their faithfulness. To the congregation of Pergamum, this city was the center of pagan religion and was surrounded by sectarianism. It would have been so easy to have given into the bad influence that was surrounding the congregation. However, Jesus gave them so stirring commendation for not denying their faith, as they held fast to Jesus' name and to true worship. To the congregation of Thyatira, Jesus commends the congregation for its good deeds, love, faith, endurance, and work in the ministry. However, the congregation in Thyatira tolerated idolatry, false teachings, and were exposed to the influence of apostatizing women. To the congregation of Sardis, the congregation in Sardis needed urgent help because it was dead spiritually. The city was thriving in commercialism. Christ warned the congregation to keep awake spiritually, but sadly, there were only a few that faithfully followed Christ and continued to have a good name. To the congregation of Philadelphia, a prosperous city and a wine-producing region, known for their brotherly affection, Jesus commended them for their kingdom fruitage that they kept producing by taking advantage of their opportunities to serve Jehovah. To the congregation of Laodicea, the Laodiceans were reproved for being neither cold nor hot spiritually. Because they were lukewarm, Christ was going to vomit them out of his mouth. The Laodiceans sought earthly riches and did not know that they were miserable, pitiable, poor, blind, and naked. There is no doubt that all Christians can benefit greatly from Jesus' words to the 7 congregations in Asia Minor. Today, there are over 100,000 congregations all over the earth, and Jesus is watching over each congregation dearly. The question then is, what does Jesus see in us today? What would his report be of our congregation, known as the Pioneer Way Tagalog? Just like the book of Revelation, we too are nearing the grand climax of the end of this old system of things. As a congregation and as individuals, have we become stronger in faith and productive in kingdom fruitage, despite living in the midst of what is known as the heart of Silicon Valley, thriving in commercialism, technology, wealth, riches, and fame? Only Jesus and our Heavenly Father, Jehovah, will know. But come, let's briefly visit the beginning of the congregation of Pioneer Way Tagalog and of what has become of it today. The Tagalog group was formed in 1984 in Sunnyvale, California. Thus the name Sunnyvale Tagalog Group. However, publishers that formed the Tagalog group initially were mostly Ilocos-speaking. It could have been a glimpse of the Iloco groups that are fastly growing today. This Tagalog group grew and became a congregation in 1985, and the small number of Filipino publishers instantly became a huge family starting in 1986 and into 1990. It began with the families of the Kawaians, Herreros, Rosettis, Bautistas, Roques, and the Bermejos. Then came along the Rombawas, Castros, Aquino, Parainos, Hamorabons, Leyvas, Garcias, Refuerzos, Rimandos, and others. After 1990, Sunnyvale Filipino Congregation gave birth to San Jose Tagalog Congregation. Today, Sunnyvale Tagalog is now known as the Pioneer Way Tagalog Congregation. It truly has grown into a close-knit family of young and the elderly, with new and familiar faces, new and older generations, memories of the past and memories of the present. Here are some of the testimonials of members of the congregation of its beginning and of the present day.
After my retirement noong 2001, lumipat ako dito sa Sunnyvale from Oxnard upang patuloy na magtrabaho. Makalipas ng isang taon na biyahe linggo-linggo sa Oxnard at Sunnyvale upang asikasuhin ko ang pamilya ko, parang nakaramdam ako na may kulang sa buhay ko. Puro trabaho ang nasa isip ko at na-realize ko sa kabila ng pagsasakripisyo ko, wala pa rin pagbabago sa buhay ko. Malaki ang kaibahan ng Katoliko at inactive din naman ako. At noon nagsimula ang pagkakaroon ko ng mabuting kaugnayan sa Diyos na Jehovah. Dahil agad kong tinanggap ang paanyaya ni Brother Kawayan na mag-aral ng Biblia noong April 19, 2003 ay nabautismuhan ako at the age of 57. At noong September 1, 2009, nag-retire ako at age 62 at nagpasya ako mag full-time na sa minister work as a regular pioneer hanggang sa kasalukuyan.
Napaugnay ako sa Sunnyvale Filipino Congregation pa noong 1992. Natatandaan ko pa ang Kingdom Hall noon ay nasa Fremont Avenue sa Sunnyvale. Kaya very memorable sa akin tulugan na to. Kaya sa tuwing magdadrive ako doon sa area, hindi maaaring hindi ako lilingon. Kasi alam ko na yun ang dating Kingdom Hall. Noong mga panahon yun, ang naging hamon sa akin ay yung makadalo at saka makapaglingkod. Kasi noong mga panahon yun, hindi pa ako nakakapag-drive. Pero pinakilos ni Jehovah yung mga kapatid sa kongregasyon kasi sila ang tumulong sa amin para sunduin kami, makadalo, makapaglingkod, then maibalik kami para makauwi. Kaya pinahahalagahan ko talaga ang mga kapatid nito kasi alam kong sakripisyo yung ginawa nila. Meron silang mga anak, may mga pamilya, pero ginawa nila yon dahil sa kagustuhan nga na hindi namin mamimiss yung mga papupulong. At yun din yung aming pagpunta sa mga teritoryo. At ganun din, naisip ko talaga na hindi sila kalilimutan ng Diyos na Jehovah sa kanilang mabubuting gawa. At kung sino man sila, alam nila kung sino sila, hindi ko nababanggitin yung mga pangalan. At dumating yung panahon na natuto ako mag-drive. Kaya niloob na mangyari yun. At natutuwa ako kasi medyo naging magaang ang pagdalo namin. Kaya sa kabuuan, sa lahat ng ito, labis-labis ang pasasalamat ko sa Diyos na Jehovah. Kasi kung hindi dahil sa Kanya, hindi magiging posible lahat ang mga bagay. Kaya ako, kasama na aking mga kapatid, nagsisikap kami na maging tapat na naglilingkod sa Kanya para makita namin yung mga mahal namin sa buhay na natulog na sa kamatayan. Kung makakasama kami at mapapabilang doon sa makakaligtas patungo sa paraiso.
I was baptized July 29, 2017. I was encouraged in a lot of ways, especially how they welcomed me. Yung warm na welcome sa akin ng mga kapatid, of course. A lot of good examples, mga elders, ministerials, brothers and sisters, hardworking brothers and sisters, saka yung association and the friends that I made in the congregation.
Well, how were you encouraged to auxiliary pioneer?
Oh, because I know it gives me a lot of joy have that, just serving Jehovah. I feel like I owe them a lot. It's time for me to give a lot to him too, because I wouldn't be here without him. Where am I today?
Yes.
Oh, I'm very happy of what I do and just being part of Jehovah's organization. And I'm very grateful that he let me in on his happy congregation.
As one of the kabatans in the old Sunnyvale,
For myself, well, I remember running around the Kingdom Hall when I was younger.
Who didn't do that?
Exactly. But I remember Sunnyvale was small, yet the territory was so big. I remember going out in the ministry in Milpitas, San Jose, Santa Clara, Mountain View. Did I say Fremont? Fremont. But the territory was so wide. So we can definitely see how the Tagalog congregation grew. And now there's multiple congregations in the area. But at Sunnyvale, we can see the brothers and sisters, their willingness to do what they can. Definitely seen a lot of regular pioneers come through our hall. Circuit overseers, we see a lot of them now in the Tagalog field. So it's very encouraging to see where Sunnyvale came from, and that couldn't have been accomplished without Jehovah's Holy Spirit, but also with a loving congregation. The gatherings, the association definitely contributed to the success of the Tagalog congregation in Sunnyvale. But now being an adult, definitely see the growth right now and kind of see the same trend, what's going on right now in the congregation, especially with the Ilocano group starting. Definitely we can see the support and Jehovah's hand bless us as well. So those are some things I remember as being a young one, seeing the growth from then until now.
What about you,
Wow.
Rachel?
I remember the gatherings, the fun times. Definitely remember going to the parks a lot as a group or like as a congregation or as book studies. I remember going to like Monterey or like cherry picking. Who doesn't remember cherry picking? A lot of house gatherings. You know, back in the day we didn't really go to restaurants. It was all house gatherings. So that was always really fun and encouraging. And yeah.
Napaugnay ako sa Sunnyvale Filipino Congregation, yun pa ang pangalan noon, noong 1986. Napakabait ng mga kapatid noon, mga maliliit pa si Roda, yung mga kabataan ngayon maliliit pa noon. Pero ngayon, napaka-active na nila sa paglilingkuran sa Diyos na Jehova. At talagang napalakas din naman ako dahil ang mga kapatiran ay talagang napakabait, napakabuti nila na tinulungan kami, bagamat bago lang ako dito noon. Hindi rin ako lagi din ako nawawala kasi hindi ko natatandaan ang mga lugar. Pero nakakadalo pa rin ako at natutulungan ng mga kapatid. Kung minsan nga dahil hindi ako makapag-park na mabuti, sabi ni Brother Jaime, ako na lang mag-park para sa iyo. Ganon din yung ibang mga kapatid, hindi lang siya, pero marami ang gumawa ng ganon sa akin, tumulong sa akin ng ganon. Hanggang sa makita ko yung mga kaibigan ko na galing din sa parehong congregation sa Pilipinas, si Sister Valentin. Nagkita kami dito. Hindi kami nagkakilala noon sa Pilipinas dahil hindi pa ako masyadong malakas noon. Pero napalakas ako mula nung dumalo ako, noong mapaugnay ako dito sa Filipino Congregation, na ngayon ay tinatawag ng Pioneer Way Filipino Congregation. At marami din ang mga natatandaan kong mga kapatid na ngayon ay talagang sumulong. May mga CEO kaming dito sa congregation ito, may mga CEO na may mga kapatid tayong mga naging CEO, si Brother Simangan, si Brother Castro, si Brother si Boots Rimando, at talaga naman natutuwa rin ako na nagsumulong talaga ang ating kongregasyon. Napakasaya din dahil nagkaroon kami ng pagkakataon na mabisita yung mga speaker natin katulad ni na Brother Puto, Brother Suter, Brother Magnison. Napakabubuti nila at napakarating tulong ang naibigay nila sa amin. Ganon din naman, mga kapatiran siyempre, talagang napalakas ako mula nung dumalo ako sa Filipino Congregation dito sa Sunnyvale at ngayon ay Pioneer Way na. Ngayon ay nagkaroon na rin ng Ilocano Congregation. Group pa lang ngayon pero inaasahan namin na magiging congregation ito. At talaga namang napakasaya nitong una naming pagpupulong dahil marami ang dumalo. At sana ay lalo itong susulong katulad nga ng mga nangyayari sa lahat ng kongregasyon ngayon na sumusulong dahil sa tulong ng ating Diyos na Jehova.
So I remember it was during the time when the meeting was it was very long. 4 hours, I think, 4 5 hours. Oh, and then it was in Tagalog. My dad was he dragged me with him to the meeting. For an hour I didn't understand anything. But one thing I noticed, everybody was just so nice to me. But the Roque was there, Uncle Larry, Brandon. I remember Brandon and Roxanne. Robert was not born yet, but Auntie Connie, Brother Rossetti, Sister Rossetti, they were there. They were, they were so nice. I just, unfortunately, at the time, I didn't really understand the meeting, but that's what I remember. Yeah, so there's a lot of changes since then. The meetings are shorter now. The school is different now. You don't have to worry about getting a W in your report card, like that, or which I always got a lot. Never a G. And then, but a lot more people. Actually, since I moved out, and then I came back, and then there's a lot of new people. I've never met them before. I've never seen these people before. So but it's a lot of changes for the better, and I'm glad, that we're all here together as one big happy family congregation. Now we have Ilocano, and I'm getting all sentimental now and emotional.
I have so many fond memories growing up in Sunnyvale Congregation. I remember being constantly out in service with other kabataans and regular pioneers. I even remember going out in service as early as 5 a.m. and we would go out all day. As a congregation, I remember we were very close-knit. We often had excursions like going to Seacliff. We had picnics while the adults did their fishing. The older brothers like Kuya Ronnie Garcia, Kuya Edwin Batuktoy, my older brothers, they would take us to the movies, they would take us to Carmel at Point Lobos and go hiking. And I remember every year, every May, we would do cherry picking automatically as a congregation. It was truly some amazing memories as I grew up. I have a lot of good memories growing up in the Sunnyvale congregation, but one particular memory that I always appreciated was the first time we had the convention in LA. It was the first Tagalog convention in 1991. As a congregation, we actually traveled to LA. I believe about 14 cars, all just a caravan of everybody in the congregation. And because we didn't have cell phones back then, we used the walkie-talkies to communicate with each other. So each car had a walkie-talkie. And I believe it was actually Brother Kawayan who was taking the lead of all the cars. And it was such a wonderful memories because back then, seatbelts wasn't a law. So in each car, for example, in a van, there will be at least 10 or 14 of us in one van, mostly kabataans, and we just have 2 adult drivers. And it was such a wonderful time because we got to spend time together. And if one person had to use the bathroom, everybody had to pull over to a gas station, and we just associated while we waited for that person to use the bathroom, and everyone else used the bathroom as well. So it was so amazing how close we were back then, both kabataans and the adults, because we always did everything together, going out in service, always having gatherings together. And it was so encouraging for us kabataans growing up to see the good examples of our elders, our regular pioneers, and our fellow publishers. So I would never forget it.
fears surround me, the way ahead not clear. Through uncertainty you guide me, I know you're always near. Life may not be easy, but this I know is true. You're the God who's ever loyal. My life is safe with you. Jehovah, give me eyes of faith and help me always see. There are more with us than against us. Courageous, let me be. Courage, give me courage. With courage I'll endure. Jehovah, give me courage. Your victory is sure. Feeling fear is human. In my own strength, I'm frail. You have been my rock and refuge. Your power never fails. Help me be courageous and let my heart be brave. Lasting harm can never hold me. No prison gate or grave. Jehovah, give me eyes of faith and help me always see. There are more with us than against us. Courageous, let me be. Courage, give me courage. With courage I'll endure. Jehovah, give me courage. Your victory is sure. Jehovah, give me eyes of faith and help me always see. There are more with us than against us. Courageous, let me be. Courage, give me courage. With courage I'll endure. Jehovah, give me courage. Your victory is sure. Jehovah, give me courage. Your victory is sure.
And every year, I remember it was automatic every May. When we had our first regional convention or the convention in LA.